Hello. Well, as we continue our Hallmark series, it seems appropriate to share a little bit about my experience of entering the seminary. So I'm now in front of a seminary that I spent 4 years at in Denver, Colorado, called St. John Vianney Seminary. And in this very chapel, I spent lots of time praying and drawing near to the Lord and growing in so many wonderful, awesome ways. It was one of the questions submitted that I should share a little bit about my own vocational story. So we'll do that now, just in kind of a certain summary form. I had actually not thought too much about the priesthood before. I remember somebody coming and visiting me from the seminary when I was in high school, but it just didn't seem like anything that I should necessarily pursue at the moment. I was never really opposed to the idea. I just didn't find it very attractive, and kind of even going through college, I always just kind of told God that if He wanted me to be a priest, I would do it. I didn't actually think about it that much, though. It was actually the late Bishop Sullivan who actually kind of kept a little eye on me and invited me over to his house a few times, just inviting me to really ponder it. That invitation is oftentimes very powerful for one to stir and to think about such things. But ultimately it had to come from God. And so college for me was a beautiful opportunity to grow in my faith, particularly through the Newman Center and things such as that. But it was really this sense of the Lord's movement that caused me to consider it more and more, particularly in my senior year. I discerned at that time, after really lots of prayer, that the Lord, the best I could tell, wasn't really calling me to be a priest, and so I began to pursue graduate studies. So I discerned that I should go out to California, Davis, to the university there, and began studies in biochemistry, which really was a biotechnology type field. And so I journeyed out there early in the summer to begin working in a lab before school started that fall. It was out there that the Lord really touched me in a way during prayer that revealed to me that the priesthood would be attractive. He didn't kind of say like, oh, you have to do this. But He really opened up to me for the first time, like, I would really enjoy this. And this whole sense of a desire to help people, desire to be there for other people. Like, what greater way can you do that than in areas of faith? So that began to stir within me, and this sense of like, it would actually be something I would like, caused me to hear within that a call. And so I really heard the Lord calling me, not necessarily to be a priest, but to enter the seminary and discern that. So then that's when I came back to Fargo, to North Dakota, and entered Cardinal Minch Seminary, where I spent a couple years really discerning that. And then I moved to Denver, and there continued for more years, just continuing to pray, continuing to hear the Lord's voice, just to continue on, until finally being called into the actual priesthood itself. It was a beautiful journey, and a journey that wasn't just so much about figuring out if the Lord was calling me to be a priest or not, but to really learning and coming to know the Lord. In fact, that's kind of the beautiful benefit of discernment. When we don't know, we have to go to God to ask, and when we go to God to ask, we get to know Him, and we get to know how much He knows us. It's a good thing to think about, because we also discern things. Even if we're already married or already a priest, we're discerning things. For instance, like I've talked about charisms, we discern like, how does God use me for other people? How does He show up in extraordinary supernatural ways? And you have to pay attention to that. It's discernment. For those young people, like to really discern, like, what does God want me to do? It's a beautiful question to ask, and I very much encourage you to be living in that in a sense of discernment. The Lord is very good. He's been very good to me, and I can just see how in so many different ways He's prepared me for this time as a priest, to be here at Holy Spirit with you, to love you, to receive your love, and to guide you, and to ultimately help you to come to know God in a deeper way and to get to heaven. It's a great, great life. So I encourage you then in all of your discernment that you would not only get to know how the Lord works through you, through others, through charisms, what He has planned for you and His beautiful plans, but also that you would just get to know Him along the way. So have a beautiful day. And now we'll take an opportunity to check out the photo for the day. Our first photo is Deacon Paul working in the garage. Not sure if he's working on a Honey to Do project from Anne or what he's up to, but he's working away. This picture is some Divine Mercy Sundays, submitted by Jonathan and Nicole Spade. Their children are definitely enjoying a little Sunday treat. Thanks for submitting the pictures, and hope there's more to come from all of you. So just send me an email with your photo attached. God bless.